Hmm. Good morning, Zodiac. It's the 15th of June, man. Deep into Mercury retrograde. Gemini season. Excuse me. Little bug. I don't know, man. How you doing? A lot of things breaking up. A lot of things building up. A lot of things ending. A lot of things beginning. It's a happening time, you know. Anyways, this is Morning Quickies. If you're watching the intro. And I leave these up there so you know what I'm using in case you give a darn about the decks. Klimt deck, and I just use Clairpine, so it's been working out. I haven't read with it yet. I'm waiting, but I have a read in mind. I like using it in a personal read because I kind of know what I want to do with it. It's going to be very esoteric. Kind of think evolutionary astrology and tarot, kind of along that lines. So, yeah, I was thinking about how to get my resume together. And I was thinking about, like, I have a PhD in failure from the University of Hard Knocks. And it's kind of, self-deprecating humor, but it's Mercury retrograde. Sorry, this is what it's for. And I'm like, I love you, David. I get it, but I'm not perfect. I'm trying to figure it out always. Virgo rising, And what I realize, I think, like Sagittarius, I'm really a Sagittarius, and and that's how we learn. It's like I think if you're Sagittarius, I'm gonna speak to the Sagittarius. I'll figure out how to do a link on the Sagittarius part of this reading. And Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus always think of course, uh, you know, so Sagittarius can watch this. But I think one of the things I've figured out, and I just have to forgive myself for the many, many mistakes that I made, but I think Sagittarius is a kind of a karmically lucky sign. It's not a joke. Virgo, yeah, you're kind of fucked. Scorpio, could be interesting. Pisces, yeah, but Sag, man, it's like so kind of nine lives. But I think that's how we learn. And honestly, to God, if I'm good at this and I know anything about relationships, just because I fucked up so many. I mean, I've really had full-on relationships with every sign except for Scorpio, Taurus, not so much. Boy, that flipped out. I'm not gonna take that right now. A little bit with Taurus. I think enough to know, what it's like. Cause yeah, probably not good for me. Um, that's kind of it. Around so, but and I think that's just the relationship because relationship reading. But even whether it's a work life or but eventually, Sag, we pick ourselves up, and if people say like, oh, well, what's your next scheme, Sag? What are you off to? What's your next adventure? Because we can be kind of boom or bust too. That's okay. This is like your karmic nature, man. It's like what it's like to be a Sag. Just thank God you're not like a 0 degree Sun Scorpio conjunct like the ascendant or something. It's like could be a lot worse. So, all right, guys, here we go, man. Gemini sees a lot of communication. I'm trying to be so clear. You don't know. It's hard for me to talk to people. It's tarot. It's hard for me to do the logical things sometimes. It's hard to put things into words. It's like Cancer Moon. Anybody's there, it's like you get feelings that they're just like you can't even really bring them up to the level of thought, more or less articulation sometimes. But that's what I try to do. So we're going to pull through the deck, and we're going to start with Aries. And sip coffee. So Aries, I'm David. Welcome. We're doing the morning quickies for the 15th of June, and I'm going to clarify if I need to with the Klimt art deck. Um, it's a 4-card read in the name of love and light, so it serves the greatest good spirit. Can you give us some advice? This is you. Wow. So Ace of Swords makes this a significant reading, I feel, because with your energy around an Ace of Swords, now note very carefully, there's a dove with this Ace of Swords. This is the truth that heals. This is the truth that is for the good, even if it's harsh. And it's an important distinction. It's not like you really want to hurt someone and you say you have a little dick or something. That could be the Ace of Swords. Just Sorry, I had to be the example. But see, you really want to hurt someone, you just go right for the jugular, whatever it is, you know. Your tits look like pimples, you useless bitch, or something. But no, Dove is here. So, whatever this is, it's softened by a sincere cross watcher, Aries, a very sincere desire. I want to try to figure out what it is. I mean, you may know what it is, but you want to express something, you want to mark a boundary, create a boundary. You want to set strong intention. You want to, it very well could be you want to sever something as well, you know, as maybe you have an ultimatum you want to give, or you need to ask a question. It's the kind of question, if you ask this question, it's like, I need an answer. I really need an answer right now. It's a hard question. Even with the Dove, this is not going to be easy. This is not going to be, oh, I love you and everything's fine. No, something's wrong. What is it? Okay, crossing you, this is about a fire sign. So it's going to be your Aries, your Leo, and your Sagittarius characters showing up. Somebody mature. Well, maybe acting immaturely. What you really have here is a bitch on wheels, which is a reverse Queen of Wands. Okay, Aries, could be you. Not kidding. I got to factor that in because all this is showing me is this is the energy that's crossing you. Now, honestly, how would you meet a bitch on wheels? Let's say you do have this fire sign in your life that just flat out being a bitch on wheels. How do you deal with that? I mean, when you want to bring peace. And, you know, most Aries, the archetypical Aries energy, y'all don't mind fighting, you know. You can put your fist up when you need to. I don't really mean implied violence, but I mean, this is a fight. This is a boundary. I said this could be often like a statement of boundaries, like, and it's hard boundaries. It's like, no, that's what this means. So let's see what the advice is. Now it gets interesting, guy. Here it comes, and he's moving right into the reading. He or she, moving right into the reading. Now look at the color here and everything. Fiery that is, fire sign written all over it. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. This is your block. This is the person. You know, the court cup like that. Queen, that's a person, male or female. That doesn't matter. But look at the similarity in colors. So now you have someone coming in here who understands what you're trying to say, and this is the advice from spirit. So I look at this again because it's a knight as a person. I see here then, with the colors being the same, this is in the position of your advice, that there's going to be someone rushing in. Now, an air sign, very most likely, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, a significant energy in their air, you know, at Gemini and Libra and Aquarius energies. And they're going to come in fast, and they're going to come in with words. You know, honest to God, I could see this as someone. This could all be your own energy too, and this part of you now is coming in to help you, because this is being brave and saying what needs to be said, being bold and assertive, and it's very strong. It's Mars energy. Nights are always Mars, so think air Mars. Somebody with an air Mars. You could have an air Mars, Aquarius Mars, Aries often might have. Most often, I'd say, you know, Mars is always close. So that's an energy that can be kind of cold, kind of detached, you know, when needs to be. Now, this tells me what you're going to do, Aries. You're going to meet this fire sign who's being just a bitch on wheels, man or woman, just call it out, okay, with a certain cold detachment, okay, but it's very powerful detachment. It's strong. This is a self-assertion, acting in enlightened best interest. Enlightened best interest. You're going to tell them, I'm going to act in my enlightened best interest. Way to go, Aries. Look at this. The sun. God damn. And whoever this is rushing in, this air sign, if you're cross watching, good job all around. So someone's going to be very well suited for you. Someone to really understand you. Quick, too. You have this quick repartee. It goes back and forth with words that you like, Aries. Uh-huh. Thank you, guys. Taurus, welcome. David, Morning Quickies, June 15th, 2021. Year, she'll live in infamy. Don't know why I'm talking like that. Mercury, this is like, to me, the real advantage of a Mercury retrograde, and to really understand it, is to understand that it's a period of time where you could sort of do whatever you want because you can blame it on Mercury retrograde. And everyone, except for real astrologers, honestly, pretty much buys it. It's crazy. It's like a get out of jail couple weeks. It comes around pretty often, you know. Being somewhat cynical, Taurus, but you know what I mean. Here we go. Wow, gotta show up with the creepy swords. I call them the creepy page. Um, so coming into the reading with a page of sword. Now this is your energy. So I'm sorry I called you a creepy page, but to me it's kind of creepy. I mean the pages are supposed to be just bringing a message. You know, they're like these kids practically, right? They're running around in a castle full of soldiers and shit that are armed. Yeah, but look at this one. He looks like an assassin to me, man. It's like he figured more to the message. His message is the king sent me over here to fucking kill you. So I get this. So it's a message. So it's strong. Okay, you get the spirit of it. This is where you're at, Taurus. Cross watcher. What do you do to piss off a Taurus like this? Taurus usually that archetype, you know, can be very placid, very cool, but goddamn, you piss them off. Not like an Aries. It ain't gonna be over in 10, 15 minutes. You're you're gonna be pissed off for a while. Now, this is what's crossing you, and I see this as being an inability on your part to defend yourself here. It's page of one. You may feel outgunned. You may feel small. You may feel unheard. You may feel your boundaries have been aggressed upon here. And you're because see now this is think of this as being reversed. So now this is what's crossing you is you don't know how to defend yourself. It's like you went to a gunfight with a knife. Taurus, you know. Let's see what the advice from Spirit is. It's all around a relationship. Wow, this is taking it up quite a level. This is your advice from Spirit now. Look at the similarity in the colors here. Man, a world of difference between a page and, you know, look at the colors, how very much the same they are. There's even the themes of two in the pillars. And, you know, the high priestess energy is very high vibing. It's the highest vibing, I think, like feminine energy you think you could have, right? Divine feminine energy, male or female. It's receptive, it's highly intuitive, um, and it could be implying to me, if you just look at this as yourself, it's you're blocking yourself with the Seven of Wands in a way that's sort of like would feel to you like it's a good defense. Like usually it's like of the ego. It's like, well, I shouldn't have to take responsibility for my life and my decisions. Darn it. And really, you understand that you do because man, this is a leveling up of a major order here. This is someone going like this is from being immature to being super mature here, being highly intuitive, high vibing and stuff. Outcome here is the Five of Wands. Clearly here, okay, you got to fight, Taurus. I'm sorry. It's like that's what this page is, and it's like you know what? Honestly, you might be outgunned, and I don't know, but the problem maybe here's what could help you. This is the righteous defense of the castle. So it very much implies to me two things. One, Page is always sincere, cross-watcher. I'd have to take the Page's side here. Um, be outgunned as you may, feel small as you may against odds that you may seem as overwhelming and impossible, you know. Um, nonetheless, you have the ability to handle this, and it's going to take that higher self, the intuition. So this is implying taking real strong effort. Even I don't even know if you want to look at it as a fight, but I still don't see a person here exactly. Um, so my sense is, and this being your advice, it's this person is not for you. This is about freeing yourself, maybe from just energy, like you're even just kind of single, but you're still stuck with this energy. Maybe you want to get revenge, that kind of energy. And it's like, if not, it's like kind of bitter energy. That son of a bitch, that guy, that girl, that wife, that husband, that bastard, whatever it is, like that. And when you bring your higher self into it, um, it's like, too, maybe this is actually dealing with whatever has to be dealt with because this could be like knowing you have to deal with it, but not. And then this is what happens when you deal with it. And the reason you don't want to deal with it And this is not wanting to deal with it, not wanting to defend yourself. Like, this is all about defending yourself. You should do this. You need to do this. God wants you to do this, right? Spirit would want you to do this. You're not. It's not about hurting anyone. So in the end, looks like you will. Maybe hopefully this reading helps. You're gonna stand up for yourself. And this is that energy of I don't give a fuck what you say. Here's my right to do what I want, feel what I want, say what I want, within reason, and among consenting adults. And I think you're about to do it. It's not going to be easy. So let me know how it goes. Give me hell. Remember, David and Goliath. David won, right? All right, Gemini. Thanks for joining me. It's David. We're doing the morning quickies for the 15th of June here. And this is you showing up with your King of Wand energy, Gemini. And I was saying in the intro, you might want to watch a Gemini season, man. It's like this channeling that part of yourself that is confident, outgoing, it's projective, it's the divine masculine energy, male or female. You would be shining, and out there, putting yourself out there. I said, like, I think the masks are coming off, and it's summer now. It's full on Gemini season. And here we go. The Fool. This is blocking you, so think of the Fool reversed. Um, I see this too as coming up and realizing. If this is your reading, please comment and let me know, because I'm trying to see how we're touching bases here. This could be someone really shining, really shining. The North Node's there at 10 degrees in your natal chart. Where's that? Could be really significant. Significant year beyond all the COVID bullshit. This because the North Node is in Gemini. That's why it's a significant year. At some point, it's on your sun, or where your sun is. But this is you feeling lit up, and honestly, like wanting to take control of your life, wanting to be the boss, wanting to be excited, wanting to take chances, wanting to take risks, feeling very confident, strong. But something's holding you back. Something's holding you back. I don't know what it is. Let's clarify. I might need my glasses to clarify because this deck is so small. The Chariot. Wow, God damn, guys. Seriously, you just got the Fool and the Chariot together here. Okay, and we just got to stop a minute. Wow. This is really about a Gemini that's on, I wanted to say at the very beginning, before I pulled these cards, I feel like you're on the lip of something. You're on the lip. It's like you're on the abyss. You're on the Grand Canyon. And I don't know, you got a backpack with a week's worth of food. And you're like, am I going to do this thing? Am I going to launch myself into the fucking Grand Canyon for a week and hope I can make it to the other side? And when you get the Fool, you know, it's everyone saying like you're out of your fucking mind. That Gemini's, and you guys are pretty social. I think think about that. So you might be heavily influenced by what other people think, So feel free to say fuck you in this particular instance, especially with the King of Wands. They wouldn't mind saying fuck you if need be. Highly assertive, strongly assertive energy, because people are going to say you're crazy, you're out of your mind. But this is about your soul's purpose. This is big. This is because the Chariot comes in here, and what a beautiful Chariot! And it brings this spiritual energy, this divine purpose, divine timing becomes involved. You begin to probably feel it. Think of this as building. It's got to be in there somewhere, and that's what's going to overcome the soul and Fool energy. That's what's going to overcome all the people saying you're crazy, you're crazy. It's like I'm in Mexico. I remember like when I went to Belize years ago, but you're gonna die. People freaking out. Don't do it. Don't do it. This could be so many things. It's any things that triggers people and seems like out there, but it's really about you taking this big step here. Ace of Wands. This is advice from Spirit. Um, Honestly, if this is a relationship, it's like, look how similar. This is you, where you're at in terms of relationships, and this is your advice from Spirit. So, cross watcher, call them up, and it's time to get it on for number one, and I honestly mean that. Everybody, whoever's in your life, I mean, you need to express this passion. You're at a great time. There's somebody there. Ace of Wands implies to me like there could be this beginning, maybe with a fire sign here going on. Let's see. Somebody has significant fire energy. If not, somebody that's ready. Look at the difference here. We had the Fool here, and now we have this Ace of Wands. This is totally different. The Fool reversed. I mean, actually, the Fool is the Ace of Wands. These are the same thing. But reverse it, it's not. It's different, see? So now this person's coming in, and they're firing you up, and that's what you need. You need this fire. Where's the fire in your chart, Gemini? Talk about that. Somewhere in your chart, there's fire. There's Aries. There's a Sagittarius, there's Leo energy, That could be speaking to that. For one thing, you got Sagittarius as your opposite. You got South Node there, banging all kind of stuff. That's important. So, what's going on in Sagittarius? We're 10 degrees. South Node, 10 degrees. North Node. Okay, let's see the outcome, guys. King of Swords. So I think you have a air sign person. You probably have this fire significant in the chart anyway, but that doesn't matter. Because look, you're a king and they're a king. This doesn't matter. It's not necessarily gay. Not there's anything wrong with that. It might be. Doesn't have to be two gay men. Can be, if it is, it can be two lesbians. But it's anything. But that doesn't matter. What matters is a perfect match. And now we go back. What are you, Gemini? Here, this is an air sign. Could be another Gemini, Aquarius, a Libra, someone that matches your energy, you know. But what happens is there's a spark, and you make the leap. And be reassured, we pulled the Chariot as a clarifier. This is a leap that is absolutely for your greatest good. This is your life purpose, your soul's journey. It's in your chart, man. I guarantee you. I'll do readings too for charts. Let me know, Gemini. Thank you, guys. Cancer, thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the morning quickies here, and to have some coffee. 15th of June, and think about it: Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And I'll pull in your energy. This you in around relationships, Queen of Swords. So right now, you'd be feeling pretty confident, might be outspoken. I kind of see with the Queen of Swords, I read for trouble. It's in my nature. Very why I'm watching a tarot reading, but I like to see it turn out good. You know. But I see a lot of times when a water sign, for instance, it doesn't matter male or female, is in the Queen of Swords energy. Probably because in the past somebody crossed their boundaries. Somebody gave them such a little, not brittle, triggery, little triggery in relationships for some reason. So you could be like, just try me, go ahead, that kind of energy. And wow, look what's crossing. I just said King of Cups, so it's not that real emotional, right? Energy, and the Queen of Swords in this one's it really emphasizes the doves too. Um, so I always like to think this is a pretty relatively peaceful. This is not that bitchy Queen of Wands demanding or anything like that, authoritative. It's just expressing this part of you that's ready. You're ready to bring the sword down because you maybe had enough. Often it's about something in your past. This could be about something ongoing, the one you're with. But now what's crossing you have the King of Cups. So think of it as in a reverse position. Um, it could be with you or it could be with your person, the mirror. Maybe they kind of have this energy and now you're adopting this energy, and that's why you're channeling this Queen of Swords, the less emotional, because that's what the King of Cups is. The King of Cups is a Cancer energy archetype, but reverse it and it's a Cancer who's sarcastic and bitter and passive aggressive energy. It reverses things, can be very toxic kind of energy here emotionally. Um, and against that, a Queen of Swords would stand very strong and call that out. So this is your challenge here, Cancers. Now, what's your advice for Wands? Advice here to me is pretty clear and straightforward. It's to consider in all of this a long-term committed relationship or marriage. I don't honestly know if it's like someone else's or yours, but I think it's yours. I think that's what's being said here. So there's becomes important then whatever this dynamic is here is between a king and a queen. Man, woman, gay, straight, doesn't matter. Which one? Don't I would try to read which one's a male or female here. But obviously, whatever you are, Cancer, whatever you want your lover to be, that's what they would be here. It's just that someone's withholding emotionally, could be withholding sex, withholding intimacy, reverse King of Cups, and this is someone bristling. It's like something's brewing. And it's like we're going to look at the outcome, but the advice is, as we look at the outcome, as you look at how to go forward, just consider the fact there's something important here. And I always look at the wands as being the building of, in the process of building a long-term committed relationship or marriage, guys. So maybe that's what's going on. And this is being interrupted by whatever this emotional interaction is. And in the future, you're going to withdraw your energy from this. The Four of Wands is meeting the Four of Pentacles. So that doesn't mean it's over, because the Four of Pentacles is going to consider, but it doesn't. You can take as much time as you want. I think 4 months could be involved. We're getting two fours. I think like I got to feel like a separation in some way, and something really saying, because maybe you are considering, you're like, basically, if you weren't considering the fact that there's a potential for a long-term committed relationship or a marriage involved in all this, you would completely withdraw your energy. But I got a feeling that what you're going to do is withdraw your energy from it, and then give it some serious consideration. And with Pentacles, it's like really serious. Like, how will I go forward physically, and exactly how will things go down? And you'll probably be literally like saving your money, your coins, after that, for the next 4 months, because as you're considering what to do, you want to have a war fund of some kind, to be able to make a move. Okay, thank you guys. Leo, thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the Morning Quickies here at the Casa Edition. This is for the 15th of June. And this is your energy, the star. Nice, coming in. You could be a manifester. I'm going to go with that, but also it's a feeling that you're in the where you're at right now. So you're feeling that your hopes and dreams and wishes are being fulfilled in some way. Be a very positive energy. It seemed to me, when it's in this position, speaks to a manifester. Now you have something blocking you, a knight. Think of that as being a knight of wands in reverse, then coming in here. I gotta think with the Knight of Wands are always Knights are always Mars energy. Wands are Mars, like actions, because they're about actions. That's Mars energy. So this is about a lack of action. So if this is manifestation, one way to read this could be a lack of action, or it could be a lack of action on your person's part. You could have some kind of a person's not taking action like you want them to here, like you hope they would. Um, or it could be you not really taking action on your manifestation, like saying, I want someone, but just sitting in the house all day and not even going out or joining a dating site or whatever to, show the universe, yeah, well, like God helps them that helps themselves type of energy. But, or it's similarly coming from your person that way. Queen of Cups. Now, this is your advice. Here, I see skipping over this kind of this night, because the Queen of Cups. This is not moving towards you. It's moving into the outcome. So let me just look at the outcomes. That's going to help me a lot. The Lovers. Right. Okay. So here's the deal. It's like movement here through something. Because what you're going to get as advice, you're going to channel your more emotional side here, Leos. Um, and really mature emotional side that's strong, and also maybe vulnerable and open, and understands emotions. Um, and you're taking that right towards this Lovers here. Now that could be Gemini energy. Um, but I don't think, but I think really it was the manifestation thing. It's like, because the Queen, and also maybe go back and give you credit. Maybe the reason why you didn't, this, this is you not taking action on your manifestation, was because you knew you weren't ready. And maybe now you feel like, or you should, because this is Spirit telling you you're ready. Now you're ready to take that cup and offer it to the lover. I think it's as simple as that. Let me know. And then, more to the point, offer the cup, and then let me know. That's how much I trust the tarot reading, even a quickie, because if that resonates. Do. Thank you, Leos. Virgos, thanks for joining me. It's David doing the Morning Quickies here for the 15th of June. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keep that in mind as we go along. It's you, Virgo. I'm sorry. Nine Swords can't be good. up late at night, worrying. I always say about the Nine of Swords, the great thing about it is, to me, is like you're feeling your feelings, you know. Well, just notice the owl coming in too. I feel like this is Mercury retrograde, not to make too much of it, but I feel like in your one of your dreams recently, you were given, you remembered it, and there's a lot of meaning there in that dream for you. This would have already happened. You've been having difficulty sleeping anyway, and you've probably been waking up a lot. When you wake up a lot, you tend to remember your dreams. I don't think this is in the future. This is your energy now, Nine of Swords, where you're at now. So you would already be aware of this. Could have happened last night or the night before you watched this reading. Okay, guys. Now, blocking you is the Emperor. So think about an Emperor reversed. I mean, that's a block. You know, the Emperor runs the world. So it's, for you, it must be a feeling as if the entire world is blocked for me. It's blocked to me. No wonder. You're in the Nine of Swords energy, Virgo. Four Cups, and this is your advice. This is very strong. You have to let this go. That really is. Four Cups are very, very clear. It's advice from Spirit for you in this reading. And that's to let it go emotionally. Emotionally let it go. Stop desiring it. Yeah, I remember something literally a guru told me when I was young. And it is Harananda. And he's like, don't keep banging on the door when it is locked. Move away and find another door that opens, and the one that opens will be the right one for you. But because you're banging your head against this wall, this Emperor represents a block to me. And it's like, you could keep banging your head against that, and it's just going to get you a headache. And you're going to be in Nine Swords energy. I don't like forever. But it's not like you're in a prison. You can choose just not to do that anymore and walk away. That couldn't be any clearer. You could choose emotionally to detach and emotionally and completely just walk away and just stop banging your head against a wall, a brick wall, because, nobody deserves to be hurt. Thank you, Virgos. Well, Libra, thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the Morning Quickies here for the 15th of June. Think about your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Pulling four cards. Wow, lovers, Libra. That's your card. Seventh house, relationship. These are two people giving their couple loves. That's what's on your mind. Clearly someone else, but it's on your mind. So it's probably new, or you're thinking about it, or, there's a lot of things could be on your mind. But if Crosswatcher, if there's any doubt, you're on their mind. You're might be with them. Now this is crossing you. Very interesting. Think about this in reverse. There's something standing in your way. I don't mean this to be negative. It's like I'm trying to pick up on this energy. Looking right at these two lovers with their cups there. And, this could be a younger person, a fire sign, just happens to be a Aries or Leo Sagittarius. Because it's in the block position, it's something you have to think about. I gotta tell you, I think about like any single parent and that decision of like, when do I introduce my new person to my child, this fire sign. I think that's a little bit what's blocking you here. It's on your mind. Maybe that's happened. Maybe it's going to happen. The fact that it's in your blocking position, I mean, if you're a crosswatch, it might be what's stopping them from progressing right now, because you might be wondering. Now, Five of Swords, this is in your advice from Spirit. That's very significant here, because it's a fight, and I always think Five of Swords is a vicious fight. You can't win a relationship. It's like almost, but this is something probably you have to fight about, and it's usually that thing was, even if you win, you lose with the Five of Swords. That kind of fight, because almost, I don't want to say all fights are like that, but in relationships, sometimes you just need to. But a lot of times, even if you win, you lose. What do you? You're winning a fight with the one you love. How's that really a win? So yeah, it's that kind of thing. But it's advice from Spirit, so it's something that has to be done, and probably something about boundaries here with swords. Something where you're being asked to seriously stand up for yourself here and assert yourself verbally. And I don't see this as walking away. I see this as making a change. This is kind of important. And it could be something going on in your chart or in your progress synastry chart, progress composite chart, relationship chart. I wonder around Pluto, okay, and Pluto energy in your chart, which is at 26 Capricorn retrograde right now. Because, or very simply put, something needs to change. Something seriously needs to change. Because I think what is at stake possibly, and honestly, if it's not a child, then it would be something to do with the very flame and passion of the relationship is in danger of going out, and you have to have a very difficult conversation and change something about the relationship. And to me, it doesn't at all show that there won't be a relationship. I like Two of Cups. It just means welcome to the season right now. It's what's happening. Things are breaking up and changing and evolving and growing and starting, and it's all process. And it looks like that's what you're into. So it's worse things than death, as it were. Quote me on that. Okay. Thank you, Libras. Scorpios, thanks for joining me. This is David doing your morning quickies here. It's for the 15th of June. Here you are, the death card. I was just saying, Pluto, your planet, is at 26 retrograde in Capricorn right now. Devil represents Capricorn. That's one thing. But with this being your energy in and around relationships right now, where do you think your energy is? Give you a minute. Yeah, you're on fire here for somebody. Um, let's see. Wow. But this is what's crossing you. Boy, this is where you're at, and this is what's crossing you. But here it's like reversed. I'm gonna tell you what I think of this right here with the devil and the Ace of Swords reversed. You're someone's keeping a relationship together with sex, and I think it's you because you're having this energy. It's like you're holding it together with sex because the relationship's kind of over, but you're holding it together with a lot of your Scorpio. You're capable of this, Scorpios. You rules the genitals, so if anyone can do it, you can do it. There's all the jokes about Scorpio, astrologer, and all the sites. It's like particularly people that don't really know about astrology, but um, yeah, I think it's in any case there's obsessions on your part and jealousies and control issues, probably control issues, and there's manipulation going on along those lines. I don't even want to call it manipulation. You don't want this. No one wants this. This sucks, right? So you're trying not to have this. Okay, but it looks like it's kind of in some toxic way. Honestly, Scorpio, that's your advice from Spirit. Wow, this is beautiful advice from Spirit. I don't know so much about here nostalgia with this Six of Cups. It's about pouring your heart into all of this. What I just talked about. Uh, Absolutely pouring your heart into it. It's a very innocent energy. It's a very open energy. It's a very vulnerable energy. Six of Cups. And it's a lot of movement and it's an emotion. Think of a Five of Cups, what that is. Think about when you finally break out of the Five of Cups, what do you get? Six Cups. So it's a outpouring of emotion. The universe is asking you if you want to prevent this from happening. It's not the sex, and it's not about the control. It's about the emotions. You have to unleash a dam. I mean, I think this would end up with you being sobbing or saying something to your person that absolutely changes the dynamics of the relationship, changes the game. Hmm Because you open up. And I'm going to tell you a story um, how this could be, but I just want to say how strong this could be. We're talking about the devil here and all of this energy that goes with it, toxic energy. Someone opening up and telling you that they were molested when they were little, something like that. And the kind of outpouring that would come from that. It's in your advice from Spirit. And then you get the Six of Pentacles. And then you get the balance. This is a balanced scale. You find this balance in the relationship. So honestly, whether the relationship ends or not, it's going to end. But the only way to possibly save it again is with this outpouring of emotion, you know, um, from your heart. It's not about admitting something wrong. It's about you just pouring your emotion into the relationship, really being very emotionally vulnerable and open to this person. And I think when you do that, it's saying that you're going to get this balance that comes. The Six of Pentacles is a nice balance. Everybody wants that. Nobody wants Three of Swords. Six of Pentacles, I'll take it all day. Thank you, guys. Sagittarius brothers and sisters. David. A little coffee. Thanks for joining me for the Morning Quickies for the 15th. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sag, here we go, guys. Ace of Cups. What's on your mind? This is where your mind and heart is at in terms of love and relationships right now. Ace of Cups, guys. Card says it all. Let's see what's going on. What's the problem with Ace of Cups, guys? Eight of Pentacles. Hmm. That's not good. I mean, this is like wanting love, but being reversed, not putting the effort in. So that's what's on your mind. It's wanting love, wanting to give the cup, but not being willing, not wanting to put the effort in. That's the problem. Page of Cups. So this Page of Cups is the advice from Spirit. So that's emotional. And I don't believe that this is like your person. This is referring to your Ace of Cups here. You could see there's even, again, the similarities in colors of these cards of very similar nature. And it's looking towards the outcome. So this Page of Cups is advice or encouragement or just communication. It doesn't always have to be it just could be a love. It could be a support, but emotional support in momentum. All right, so this could be a water sign person, and they're leading you towards the outcome here. And let's see what that is. Two of Pentacles. Um, I'm going to clarify the Two of Pentacles because this could also be your emotions are leading you towards this. It's like you're not wanting to do work anymore, Sag, on this cup. And your emotions are leading you. It could be a water sign person who's probably younger than you. Could be giving you some advice or something that moves you in the right direction, really to create like this balance for yourself. And this is, if all the single cards too, I kind of see this a lot because this is really having a schedule, keep, exercising, meditating at a certain time, doing your yoga, whatever it is. I don't know about see me doing yoga, but um, having that kind of regime, and often that's a way of like sort of keeping our mind busy. We're in this kind of energy because it takes a lot of energy to keep those up, keep that rainbow going. So I think that this is emotionally leading you into that kind of place. Um, and you've got the Page of Pentacles. So this could be a person coming in that's of significance to you that would help, and that would definitely be Earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, Cap, energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, with something solid. It looks to me like you're kind of getting direction in terms of emotional direction, particularly. And you've got someone coming in that's very solid. And then basically you're being solid because you're sort of like putting the emphasis on you, right? And so that's probably what draws in somebody similar who's right putting the interest on them. Someone who's solid, see? Wow, Sag, thank you guys. Oops. We're going to move on now to Capricorns. I'm David. It's Tarotmylove. We're doing the Morning Quickies now for the 15th of June. You can believe it, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Keep that in mind. And here you are showing up in your reading, I'd say, with the King of Pentacles energy. So you're doing you. Cross watcher, they say what they mean and mean what they say. What's crossing you is the world. And what does a king do when the world is crossing him? They attack and try to become the emperor. But one thought. But boy, with the world crossing you here in this position, think about being the world um, um, reverse. It kind of rings easier with me. Just thinking of the world reverse even more than in the crossing for some reason. But it's like you feel like you can't have something. You feel like you're close. You feel like you're close to having everything, maybe having it all. That kind of feeling. And King of Pentacles in pretty good shape. You know, this um, speaking to a Capricorn that's been climbing the ladder and probably has earned himself a good spot. Um, Very solid position. Um, and I think of the corny old saying. It's like when you say to your lover, you mean the world to me. You say. So it could be something like that, like maybe on like that song. I got everything I need, but you. Check my volume because it is Mercury retrograde. What's the advice? Queen of Pentacles, absolutely. Okay, cross watcher. This is really beautiful. It's like it, this this. Now, why are you saying this though? Wow. So your Capricorn cross watcher is basically saying that they have everything they need, but love. That's what they want. And I see you're interested here in someone who's solid and independent. And also, Capricorn, this is your advice from Spirit. So um, I don't think it's advice for you to stay solid and independent. Um, I think it's like you're dealing with someone who is a happy bachelor. They don't need you financially or anything. Um, and I see that as being good. And I think like what this could be with the world reverse too is like things are kind of slow. Now, typically, Capricorn, not particularly fast, but can be in love. And like a lot of Caps got Sag placements, and that's fast. Um, so it could be someone sort of delaying this union that you want, because the Nine of Pentacles kind of could be a Queen of Pentacles too. Well, she married a king, he'd definitely be perfect. That's someone like if they did like they they think the way you do, and they are high functioning the way you are, and that kind of thing. You're getting someone that's kind of on your level, even though it's a pinnacle to a king, in my opinion. So now this is your outcome. Wow, Eight of Swords. There's some kind of dilemma here for you. I want to see what this advice is. Get more on this advice. The Queen of Pentacles, Capricorns. The High Priestess. Wow. Okay. Um, there's something about your person that's put them off, and they're really thinking very, very deeply about the connection. Okay. Um, with the world reversed, there could be some kind in the Eight of Swords. Maybe somebody's ghosting you, or maybe there's no contact situation here, Capricorn. But with this being in the advice position, it's be like you should be doing the same thing. So they could be modeling behavior here for you, because this is being very thoughtful about what they do, because they're in a very good place. And look, so are you. And they're, so when you're not, if you're in a desperate place, well, I guess like you could take a chance because already you're desperate. But that's the whole thing, out of the frying pan into the fire. It's like, what the hell? But this person that has options, they're just strong in themselves, and they're looking at this very deeply, looking at it from a helicopter view, from the point of view of the higher self, kind of thing for that, more than just, are you a good potential partner and that kind of thing. And I think in the outcome here, you're going to be having to deal with this. And um, it could be that they're blocking you, but it's almost like I think both of you are kind of dealing with this. So I don't know if there's an option to do it together, but the advice for this would be to talk this through. Get out of the Eight of Pentacles together, because you often are isolated in this. So more and more, it seems like so if you are isolated, then you reach out to a friend, and try to bring in the High Priestess energy, which is a higher vibration. looking at what's in your best interest for your life purpose and what are your values and all of that, to kind of pull out from this situation, look at it from the biggest point of view, guys. Thank you, Capricorns. Wow, Aquarius, thank you. I'm David. We're doing the morning quickies here for the 15th of June. And this is you showing up with the Page of Pentacles. That little sincere son bitch. I love him so much. Look at that sincere little face. So cross watcher, yeah, they mean it. Your Aquarius really means it, whatever it is. But this is where you're at now in terms of your love relationship energy, and you're wanting to start something, or you did start something. You're very serious about it, you know. And you may have started it with may have just started recently, maybe with the message, or Queen of Page of Pentacles could be showing up at their house, or they show up at your house, and you open the door and you kiss, and you say, you know, I love you, and then I don't know, you sort of move in. Right? Make a real commitment. Boy, this is what's blocking you. That's the Tower. Think of the Tower reversed now, because this is your blocking position here and what's going on. And I'm going to just reverse it. So, you're very sincere. Hard to look at this other than you really are trying. I mean, this is like the little boy's put his finger in the dike, right? The Dutch story saves the town by putting his finger in the dike. You're trying to put your finger in the dike here because this is the Tower reverse. You're trying to keep the Tower. Imagine that little boy, and he's over there maybe with his hand up against the tower, like hold it like that, you know, trying to keep it up. And yeah, it's not going to last very long. But God, you really are sincere about it. You do not want this tower to fall. It's almost like you're like, please don't fall, tower. Wow, it's advice from spirit. It needs to fall. This is just very clear. There was hanky panky. It definitely wasn't on your end, and you probably wouldn't see it because you are not like that yourself. Like you're very one man woman, one woman man, a sincere, straightforward person. But uh, you can't stop this because this is happening. This spirit telling you, not advising you to cheat, lie, and steal. It's advising you it's time to think strategically because you've been cheated and lied and stolen from. Okay. Magician. Now this is a great outcome. You have to have a little faith to get there from the Knight, Page of Pentacles. But this is you. This is where you're going. So the tower, you're going to let the tower fall, and then you're going to put it back together. And the thing about it is, with the Magician here, I don't even think it's going to be that hard. It's like basically let the tower fall and then get well away from it, because it, you know, you don't need, that's the past. You can take care of everything you need to do. You have all the resources to do it. You know, you'll use your money. You'll take action. You'll be able to think clearly, and you'll be emotionally involved and committed. And it won't even be that hard. I don't think you're going to be suffering that much. I think this person that treated you with the Seven of Swords energy, it's not going to be good for them down the road, but that doesn't matter to you. You just move on. And you kind of do whatever you want with the Magician, so think about that. Get a little wide open, Aquarius. Should be hard. Pisces, thanks for joining me. I'm David, doing the morning quickies here. The 15th of June edition. Your energy, Seven of Pentacles. So you're assessing your crop, all the energy you put into your relationship over time, maybe 7 months, 7 years, and asking yourself, did I get a good return on my, you know, bang for my buck? And usually I think when you're in this energy, it's because it's reciprocation issues, and usually it's you haven't. I mean, you haven't been reciprocated because pentacles are solid. It's usually not delusional or anything like that. You just haven't been. Let's see what's blocking you. Huh. But you can't make a decision about what to do with it because think of that as the Two of Wands reversed. So, you know, that's really not being able to make a decision. You may not be able to make a decision about whether or not it's even, or whether or not, Yeah, there's a reciprocation problem. Like, that's why you're thinking about it. Like, at one minute, you're like, damn it, they're really not there for me. And at the next minute, you realize, well, they do give you this and they do that. And so you just really can't make up your mind, because it's almost like you want to believe with the wands, that's taking action. And so you're kind of stuck, maybe. Thinking's almost got that feeling of like an Eight of Swords or something going on. Five of Cups. This is your advice from Spirit. I think this is about allowing yourself to realize that they aren't there for you. And that's what it is. Maybe you want to believe that they're there for you, because to really accept that they're not there for you is going to really hurt. Maybe people weren't there for you in the past, um, all the way back to childhood, and so you just don't want to deal with the fact that they're not there for you. It'd be easier to deal with that than to deal with this, which is the grief that comes. It could be abandonment issues. Welcome to that club. It's a big club. But look here now, think about the Two of Wands. If you turn that around and actually take that trip, which looks kind of beautiful. It's a beautiful day. There's beautiful wilderness. Get your little pack there. If you take that trip, it's nothing but success here for you. And don't even think accolades and stuff. But now this is a trip, because they're coming back. They are coming back night. Successful from an adventure, from a war, as it were. But definitely an adventure. And so this is you taking all kind of action. It's making a decision to go ahead and reverse that Two of Wands and go for it. And it's like, as soon as you're out of the chute, I think you're going to realize it's a great idea to go for it. It's going to feel really good. So thank you, Pisces, for joining me. I appreciate your likes, and I do appreciate everybody subscribing. Thank you, guys.